Is it? It's so funny. We are here every. I am here every Tuesday and Thursday at noon, and I always kind of wait for it to go live, and it always surprises me, even though I have control of the live button. I'm here today with Stephanie Claussen. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
This is Street Show. This is virtual Street Show. This used to happen out on the streets. Minneapolis Downtown Improvement District is in charge of hiring street performers to go out on Nicollet Mall and Hennepin Avenue. And we mostly hire musicians, but we have been known to hire dancers and spoken word artists, magicians too. So it's been a really good time, a really good past 3 years of doing this. This year, of course, with COVID, we have gone virtual. There's not a whole lot of people downtown to see us. So we are coming to you from wherever the performer is. In your home today, Stephanie, is that where you are?
Yep,
room, maybe?
My home harp studio.
Home harp studio. So coming to you from Stephanie's home harp studio to wherever you are in your office, your home office. I am in my home office studio today. So we're doing this every Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 1. We're also archiving these shows on the Minneapolis DID YouTube page and Facebook page. So you can watch previous shows if you'd like to. This month and next month, so July and August, we are also adding a layer where we are matching the performer's fee with a donation to a group of their choice. Today, Stephanie has chosen Streetworks. I'll put a little more information in the comments about Streetworks so you can see where the donation is going. I will also put the Stephanie's Venmo and PayPal links in there if you feel so moved as to tip her today. Usually, you know, there's a place to tip on the streets, so we thought we'd do it virtually too. Stephanie going to play a whole set for us today, about an hour, maybe 40 minutes to an hour. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Her music is beautiful. I am jealous of her harp playing. Maybe someday I'll learn.
It's never too late to start.
Maybe we'll get together and like trade instruments someday. I play guitar, and I don't know.
I'm
maybe
for that.
Well, we have a few people tuned in right now, so I'm going to let you have the stage. I'm going to get out of your hair. Everybody, please welcome Stephanie Claussen.
Yay! Thank you. I'm so pleased to be here. I'm just going to mute my outgoing sound so you're not hearing an echo. There we go. Oh, well, yes, my name is Stephanie Claussen, and I will be playing kind of an eclectic program today, just some traditional stuff, some pop stuff, some classical, pretty much pieces that I felt like playing. So I'm going to start with my all-time favorite. This is The Star of the County Down, which is a traditional Irish tune. I'll put it like that. Here we go. Yes, this is the piece that I always play whenever somebody says, oh, you play the harp? Can you play me a song? This is my default and has been for years. I actually just recorded it last November. I recorded it in a new album of Irish and Scottish music. So it's kind of an updated arrangement, which is fun to play. Here is another traditional tune. It's called Parsons Farewell. And I always picture a parson ice skating on a frozen canal. I'm a very visual person. And so when I play a tune the first time or read the title, often there's just an image that pops into my head. And sometimes I'm just stuck with that one forever. So Parsons Farewell. It's another one that I just love playing. Okay, another traditional tune. This is called Circassian, and the music is actually originally Italian. It's a tarantella, but I learned it while I was in France. I was doing some traditional folk dancing in France. And so this is one of the pieces that they would play for a mixer where it's a partner dance and you're in a big circle, and then every repetition you switch partners. And they're a lot of fun. So this is my arrangement, Circassian. There we go. Oh, thank you for your comments. Glad you liked it. That one is so fast. I don't have my air conditioning on today, so it feels a little bit like proper outdoor performance weather. My hands are all sticky. Not that you needed to know that. All right, so that one was from Italy / the south of France. This one is from Spain. This is a new piece to me. I discovered this arrangement for guitar of a traditional Spanish dance, and I loved it, so I transcribed it for the harp. Here we go. That one is a fun one. All right, this next tune you will recognize, Fly Me to the Moon by Bart Howard. but I always think of Frank Sinatra, of course, when I play this. So that got us in the mood for some classical harp music, actually. Marcel Grandjeannet was a really famous French harpist who moved to America, and he taught at Juilliard. And he's kind of one of the grandfathers of the whole American classical harp tradition. And he wrote this prelude, and it's kind of in a Debussy-like impressionist style, but for me it also really feels jazzy because he's got some weird chords in there. So I feel like it goes right along with Fly Me to the Moon. So this is Prelude number 1 by Marcel Grandjeannet. that's one of those pieces that no matter how many times you play it, you still feel yourself as a performer being interested in it because it is so full of variety. All right, going back in time a little bit, this is a waltz by Brahms. This is also a new piece to me. I discovered it in its original form, which was for piano duet, and played the melody and thought this would work really well on harp. So I transcribed it a few weeks ago and have been pretty much playing it and humming it ever since. This is simply called Waltz. It's Opus 39, number 3, if you're wondering. And hopefully this can inspire you to do some waltzing wherever you are, even if you're on your lunch break. But if you're working from home, no problems. You can waltz in your kitchen. Back to some traditional tunes. This next one is Scarborough Fair, which is a Renaissance piece that I've loved forever. And of course, Simon and Garfunkel also played it, so that I think is how a lot of people know about it. And the words, I really love them, even though they're kind of rude. It's basically the man saying, "Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Will you remember me to the one who was once my true love?" And then he sets all these impossible tasks for her and says, "I'll take you back." And I can just imagine her response being, "Well, if you apologize for what you said, I'll take you back." But I do secretly believe that they will resolve their issues. They don't have irreconcilable differences. So this is Scarborough Fair. And right after that, I'm going to play another traditional tune from Northumbria. This is called The Willow Tree. This next piece is one that I wrote. It's called Courageous Conversationalist. And I wrote this as a part of a suite for my father. He's somebody that can talk to anybody for a long time. And I kind of grew up knowing that my dad was going to get into long conversations at the grocery store. And after church, I was always tugging on his sleeve. Come on, we have to go home. And as I've gotten older, I've really come to admire that trait in him, that he can talk to anybody about anything. And even if in the course of a conversation, he discovers something that he doesn't agree with the person on, or something that is kind of a more heavy topic, he can stay in that conversation and continue to talk with this person. And I really admire that, because I think it takes courage to kind of stay in a conversation when it gets maybe a little difficult. So that's what I wanted to sort of honor about him in this piece. The name of the suite is just Sketches for Dad. And this is Courageous Conversationalist. All right. I have a piece that is called Primavera. It's by Ludovico Einaudi, who's a contemporary Italian composer, and I really love his work. It's kind of classified as neoclassical, and it has elements of minimalism in it. So instead of listening for a really pronounced melody as you listen, I would suggest thinking just of a beautiful image that you want to contemplate for a while, and thinking of this more as a soundscape for that. This next one might feel like a little bit of a contrast, but as I was preparing this program, I thought that I wanted to put them together because I see kind of the origins of the piece I just played in Prelude in C by Johann Sebastian Bach. And this is a classical piece that you've probably heard. It's played at a lot of weddings. It's quite beautiful. And it has, I think, this element of minimalism because it's pretty much the same pattern and it's just changing chords each time I do it, but same pattern over and over again. And I've been learning a lot of Bach during the quarantine because his music tends to be quite difficult to play on the harp. And, you know, usually I don't have time to spend 6 months learning a piece before I can perform it. And that's what some of his pieces take. But I have the time now, so it's been kind of a luxury. And I always thought of Bach as just very classical, or kind of the seeds of the classical music. But as I'm learning some of his preludes, there are chords in there that are crazy. They're crazier than anything I ever play in jazz music. And so it's kind of fun to see the roots of all these different kinds of music going way back. So Prelude in C, you'll probably recognize it. All right, this next piece is another piece from my Celtic album that I released last November. It is called The Parting Glass, and it is a traditional Irish tune that I love, talking about saying goodbye to friends. I think I will play this piece and then I'll have one more after that to end my set. So here we go, Parting Glass. Thank you. One last piece. This is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's the Israel, and I am going to try pronounce his name right, Kamakawaole version, also known as the IZ version. I've always loved this, and I kind of wish I played ukulele so I could do it a little bit more justice, but it sounds pretty good on the harp too. I want to thank the Street Show and the Warming House for giving me the opportunity to share my music with you. And thank you to everybody who's been commenting and who's been listening in. And I do encourage you to subscribe to the DID, Minneapolis DID YouTube channel or their Facebook group, because you can see all of these shows archived. And I was watching some of the old shows earlier this week, and it's really fun to hear all these local artists. So thank you again. And this is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for playing. It sounded beautiful. I was just kind of blissed out doing my work.
Awesome.
It's lovely. Thank you all for tuning in today. This was Stephanie Claussen. She chose to donate some money today to Streetworks. I put that link in the comments. We are also excited that we are able to pay her for her lovely talent. Thank you again to Hennepin Theater Trust and the Warming House. And please join us every Tuesday and Thursday for a variety of performers. Next Tuesday, we have Nancy Olson bringing us some music, and then Shahidi on Thursday, noon to 1. And like Stephanie said, please subscribe to that YouTube channel so you know what's coming up. Subscribe or join us on the Facebook group as well. Thank you so much. Thanks, Stephanie. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.